Right. So today topic is module. This is existing Python code discussion. 1 minute, I'll open the file. Now can see this the notepad. This is my D drive. If like you can take Windows machine, D drive. Inside the D drive, there is a file called ab.py. Here I'm writing one function called a display. It will print and display your system info in system information. And display CPU usage. And display kernel operating system details. And display memory information. Like this some set of function definition. If we call display, we'll get this message. But the file which contains only this part, there is no function call. So I can just visualize if I'm running this file, what will be the output? What will be the output? Just to visualize, you return this code, you initialize the file name ab.py, function display is there, but there is no function call. If I run this file, what will be the output? Output is empty, it won't print anything. Understand why it won't print anything? There is no function call. If you're writing, in case if you write to display, this is function call. If function is called, then all this message will display. But this code which contains only the definition, there is no function call. Or the file which contains inside, there is an app name is called Flask application. App port number is 5000. Still, if I run this file, and what will be the output? Output is empty. Are you getting
No error.
No error. Because there is no function call, there is no print statement. You can test it here. You can go to your command line and go to D drive, notepad, ab.py. This is a file. You can copy paste this content. So what I copy written here, you can copy paste it. And don't give space at the beginning because it's not indentation oriented. While doing copy paste in Python code, we should be careful because the single space is mismatched. It will throw indentation error. Now you can copy this file. You can say this Python ab.py. This is out. There is no error, there is no output. So the file which contains like this, only definition code, initialization, there is no print and there is no function call. This type of file is called loadable file, or the term they call runnable file. Loadable, it's all theoretical word. Loadable file or runnable file. This is not running file, it's runnable. So this file is only purpose is reusability purpose. Reusable. Example, in the same location, now the path is important. The same location, I'm writing p1.py file. Here, I'm writing print statement to 1, so test1, print test2, print test3, print test4. Like this, we can print some list of statements, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, I want to use display function, and I want to use app name. and I want to use port number, but there is no link between AB file and this file. So the file is loadable. We can reuse this code anywhere inside the code. If you want to make file to be reusability, there is a keyword is called import followed by file name. The file name is called module. So the file is runnable and this file name is called module file. The term is called module. So what is module in Python? Python modules are Python existing code, existing program. So even if you're like this, it won't work. So you have to call import followed by file name. Then how to access module member? To access module member, module means assume that it is file name.py. To access module members, what is members? File inside what are the variables are there? Variable, functions, class, etc. Right now we discussed only function variable only. There's no class. To access module members, you can use module name dot member name. Member is nothing but our variable or function. So import followed by module, that is called file name, then module name dot followed by member name. So I want to use my existing code definition, call file name dot member, call file name dot port or app, call file name dot this. Now the result is, now this file is called running file. The prompt inside, if I type python p1.py, the output will print test1, test2, test3, test4. Like this, you'll get list of same print statement, test1, test2, test3, test4, then display block. So display what are the messages are there. All this message will display. Inside this display function, whatever the code is there, the entire code you will get to display. But it's not like this. Like this, it will print system message. It will print kernel details. So function call is, it is from another file. A definition is one file, call is another file. So we are not learning any new programming word or programming topic. Existing program, how to organize it. Then after display, what is the message? App name. So Flask app and port number 5000. Then prompt will appear. Now compare ab.py file and the p1.py file. ab.py file, which contains Python code, definition and variable. So those codes are reusable. Again, p2.py can use display. p3.py can use the app name and port number. p4.py can use only port number. So it's based on this attribute, we can invoke the respective member. So import is a word, that is a keyword in Python. Import followed by the next word is module, that is Python file. Then module name dot member to reuse existing member. So getting the syntax. Now, in case if the file and the external file and the module both are same location. Suppose I have the D drive in file p2.py inside. I want to import, this is important. Same process, import AB. And I'll print ab.app name. Then I'll run this file. Assume that E drive inside, if you suppose E drive inside, dir command and enter. We have only this p2.py file only it exists. There is no other file. There is no other files. p2.py file only, it is existing file. Okay. So here if you run this file, Python p2.py. Python is interpret line by line, but first line is import AB. In the previous example, p1.py and AB both are same directory. Compare this. The D drive only, AB file is located and the p1.py P1 file also is located. p1.py also same location. So module file and the script running file both are same location. But here this module file is a different location. And running script file is a different location. So if run like this line, this will throw error message, say module not found. Module not found. Import error or module not found error. And it won't go to the next line. It will get terminated. There is no error in the program. So whenever do import, Python will search this module file where it will check with your current location. In case in current location, if it is not there, then there is a Python environment path. For this, I will demonstrate an example in interpreter cell. For example, so just I'll create a directory called today. I'll go to this today directory. There is no file, but import in my current location. If you import OS, I can able to import it. If you import something RE or import CGI or import JSON or import SQLite3. Like this, there are some system module. I'm keep importing it. Import this. So what is this OS, CGI, JSON, SQLite3? These are the existing Python modules. But the directory, today directory inside, there is no external files. There is no os.py, there is no re.py, but I can able to import it. OS module only for operating system command purpose. OS command. OS.system inside, you can use your login name. See the command output. CGI Common Gateway Interface Web Programming. HTML form process will receive. JSON API call will use SQL3 database. Sys module. Sys is another important module. Sys.version returns will be, sorry. Sys.version returns will be, it's a variable, not function. And sys.version returns will be string, Python version. Sys.platform. It return what is your operating system platform. Sys dot followed by path. Path returns will be list. Say this path. Sys dot path. So the sys dot path is the variable. Sys is a module. Path is a variable. Returns will be list.
So this path, like in this example, this I think I missed it. Path is a variable. This variable is already defined in that file, right?
Yes, it's fine.
Like the way here, like dot platform is also a variable. Path is
Yes.
also a variable.
Yes.
And in the old example, it was like when it was like ab.app, ab.port. So that app and port.
Yes. So now the thing is, I don't have any file I don't have the file called, the file is called os.py. I can able to import it. I don't have syspy. I can able to import it. The reason is all these files are, it is belongs to under syspath location. So once you install the Python, this path will get installed automatically. We are not defining this path explicitly. This path is existing path with respect to your operating system. Okay, so all this path and all, it's the existing path. That's why I can able to import all the system modules directly. If I take, this is my Linux box, Linux machine. In Linux machine, if you check with the import followed by sys.path, this is the Linux file path. Sys.version, sys.platform, same module, same variable, import followed by os.system. You can run operating system command. os.system. These commands are OS dependent. For example, a list of all the process, count total number of process. These are this Linux command. I'll tell you what is zero. The zero is a status code. Command execution status code equivalent to $? In Linux command line. So OS is a module, system is a function. Like this is a module, path is a variable, version is a variable, platform is a variable. So here the modules are predefined. Like in system, for example, if you want to know any OS functionality, operating system commands, and OS related any task, we can use OS module. OS module inside system function. OS module inside, there is a get PID function. It will return your Python process ID. Python process ID. System function argument is system command, single argument. Return the status code. Command execution status code. Status code 0 means it is success. In the system point of view, status code is 0 means success. Non-zero value is failed. Have experience with the $? In Linux, equivalent to the same style. System function argument is command. The command will execute this action, command action. The commands are OS dependent. So in Windows machine, I want to run my list of process. So I can import followed by OS, os.system. I can use PowerShell command. Get list of all the process. In this, I want to know only Zoom process details. Zoom process or Chrome or whatever, Notepad, anything. It will show you a process ID and CPU utilization, whatever. This is Windows command. But we can't type PowerShell get process in Linux machine. Linux machine, if you want to find any process, os.system, you can search a list of process, find a bash process or find a Python process, something. You can search some particular pattern. So ps-e is Linux command. PowerShell and get process and all Windows command. Commands are OS dependent. Modules are independent module. Same function, same return type. Module dot function call. Module dot function call. So OS module is standard for operating system functionalities. You can see os.get PID, process ID of Python. Same Linux machine, os.get PID, process ID of this Python cell. Get PID, get PPID, parent process ID. Parent is cell ID, bash ID. The top of the bash is a cell, command line cell. So top of the cell, we created Python. So Python is a child process. Like in command line process ID is 6008. Command line means this prompt symbol. So there only I typed Python. Python is a new process. So I didn't write this function. I didn't use any def keyword. I didn't use any logic to write this function. All this existing function belongs to OS file. So the learning is module understanding, like which module is used for this purpose, which purpose. Sys module is completely Python information details. Sys module, using sys module, we won't get any Python commands we won't get any OS commands and all. Sys module is used more on Python related information, like a Python version, Python platform, Python module path, Python modules. So those information details, OS module, OS information. So how to explore this module knowledge? Help followed by module or help followed by sys. The way how we used help command. Help followed by OS, import module and get module description. So here we can get list of all this module. And this is all object-oriented code. The below you can get list down. So
And
this
we will need that.
yeah.
We will need that list of variable also, right? What all variables are defined
Yes, yes.
inside that module. Because
Module, everything, the complete code you can view. Actually, instead of reading in command line, the suggestion is you can go through python.org portal. There the documentation is there, right? Python documents.
Mhm.
Here you can see, depends on your Python version, which version you are following. If suppose I'm following 3.7, you can go to 3.7 document. Here, there is library reference. You can click library reference. Down, you can see the category order, module category. For example, you can say this order, text processing, string module, or irregular expression, and diff lib module for helper. So here you can check which module. So for example, data types category, built-in exception, text processing, numerical functional modules, OS file and directory access module, file format module, generic operating system related service. See this OS, click here.
Karthik, that it can give file system also from OS and
Yes, yes, we can get it. So here you can say this, the same help document only. Just I'll explore it inside. So here you can get more detail. This is more readable format. In case your Python version is different, you can select your which first Python version you're choosing it. And if you want to know this OS module source code, you can right click, you can click here, but still we're not committed to Python code. So now you can say this, you can apply all our learning point. Like whatever the topic we studied, you can look at this code. It's import followed by module name. So these all the modules are loaded, and we didn't discuss about this part from and all. So what are the topic we studied? Just you apply that topic syntax definition. For example, def means function. Function, def is a function keyword. That means function which contains one argument. Return some membership operation. We know what is in. So in one line they return with one expression. So def is a function. Function name, how many argument? One argument. Argument means recap the category. Inside try except and all we will discuss shortly. Like see this if PLIF. If name is matched to this, then this initialization and this all these topics no, we didn't start it. Elif, if it is not matched with this condition, this is source code of OS module. OS document module. Remove the direct handling also we can do. So still the topics are there now. So once you're finished, you can look at this existing code. So whatever we discussed, you can say this. All these lines are empty list. So there is a function called argument. The return value initialized to the same variable. So we have to apply the syntax. We don't know what is dir list, empty list, or we don't know what is fs path. You can apply programming way, Pythonic way. So what is this line meaning? What is this loop? How many times the loop will run? How many times this loop will run? What is meaning while space true? Infinite loop, right? Remember?
Yeah, n number of times.
Yeah, it will be keep on running. But inside there is some exception handling techniques are there. We'll see. But still the topic, we need to discuss some functional code and all. Like this, finally the code will be like this. As a programmer, we don't need to write this all the code. So once if import followed by OS module, like I want to clear the screen. So what I'll do, os.system, I'll type cls command, clear the screen. So once if you put import OS means this module is get loaded. From where I'm getting this module details, the documentation. So documents.python.org, your version followed by this category. Here we can see this all the variable and function in alphabetical order it's written. For example, OS environment. So this will give you the environment variable. Environment variable, what type format? Mapping object, that means it's a dictionary format. So you have to use dictionary type, dictionary operation. Dictionary means key value pair. So if, for example, with Linux machine, environment variable means env command. This is cell point of view, cell variable. Linux cell point of view. Windows also it is there, Windows command. So now here, it's the same variable in Python, import followed by os dot environment. But what format? A dictionary. So dictionary means we can recap a dictionary operation, list of all the keys. These are the environment variable. Then similarly, like list of all the value. I want to use particular variable, os dot environment followed by home. Home is the key. You will get value, my login path. And like this mail path. So this all this called the key followed by username, then corresponding value. So in dictionary topic, we discussed dictionary key colon value. Now the key is nothing but our environment variable name, and right hand side is called value. Same dictionary operations. Okay, so we have to explore our skill like this. If you are working more on system side, we need to explore OS module, OS command, operating system command details, everything we can get from this. And like environment variable, process ID, user ID, uname, kernel related information, same uname command in Linux. Using OS module also we'll get list of all this. Then file system statistics details. You have to pass file descriptor. We will explore one by one shortly. So OS is the built-in module. Like this sys module, sys written will be Python information. Now we can come to our discussion. Here, module name and working script file name is the different location means, then we'll get module not found, error message. Module AB not found or module not found error message or import error. But OS module, system module and all, we didn't do any import and all. We didn't do any file copy, etc. How these modules are imported successfully? So there are some internal operations in Python. Whenever do import followed by module, we take example AB, Python interpreter will do two jobs. One is first Python interpreter will search this ab.py file location. Location means a directory location. Directory location. Okay. So this will refer this file. First step. So for this it will search. For this will refer sys module. So sys module inside there is a path variable. Path is a variable, returns will be list output. Now recap all our list topic practice. Returns will be list. So what is list? Which contains all this existing module directory path, command or module environment path, we can say. Python module environment path. Environment path. Where these Python files are located. This will search the directory location. Once the directory is found, then this is the Python implement real execution. What Python will do, it will compile this module. If you say ab.py means it is compiled, it will create a Python compiled binary file. And this file is called a data file or bytecode file. This is compiled by Python, and from this file, Python virtual machine will interpret line by line. Interpret. So internally it will be compilation process will happen internally. It's not implicit action. It will generate one PYC file. From this file only is input to Python virtual machine. So that is the real Python. Python interpret the code means this PVM is interpret the code. Interpret the code line by line. Line by line. These two processes are internal operation. Whenever to import, automatically this PVC file will generate. This PVC file, it's not a readable file, it's a data file. Python virtual machine only can able to understand the content. In case file is not existing, the path is not exist, it will print a message, module not found. It will throw error message. If it is there, it will be compiled, then compile the file. Using compiled file, we can run the file. We can share this compiled file only to customer, or can share compiled file only to user. You can see my screen. Windows, it is difficult to view. Linux, I will show you. For example, this is today's my directory path. Inside, I'll create a file name, pmodule or modab.py. And I'll write
Karthik,
function called display. Yeah.
Karthik, is there any command to check what we have imported?
Yeah, import the sys module is there. Sys followed by modules. Whatever the module presently imported. For example, yeah, this is test code. Now this file inside, there is no function called. So we can't run this code. You can say this Python module AB file. We won't get any output. Only single file is there. The file also only definition. Suppose I'll create one file p1.py, import pmod ab, then pmod ab.display. Now this is import. Now you can run this file p1.py, it will print. Now see this automatically PYC is generated. This PYC file, it is not readable file. It's not readable content. This file is interpreted by only Python interpreter. So this file is a Linux command. Linux command to show you what type of file. This is Python intermediate format file. Suppose I'll create one subdirectory. I'll move this file p1.p module file into this command, Linux command. I'll move this file. Now can say this, we have only PYC file. We don't have PY. Using PYC file, we can able to run this file. See the code. Yes, PYC file is there, but the PYC file, it is not shareable. So it is not readable. It is not readable. So this PYC, it will generated by automatically. Implicitly, it will generated implicitly. So import OS means in OS location, os.pyc will generate. So this PVC content as a user, we can't read, but if you share this file, using this file, they can run this code. You can share this module, you can share this PVC and the documentation. We don't need to send the source code. Okay, so Python compiled file, object file. Now you can import followed by